Hi, I'm Nate. I'm a sponsored player by G Squared Yo-Yos, and this is Nate Reviews Yo-Yos. Today I have the privilege of reviewing the Tempo, which is a collaboration yo-yo between Radical C's and Two Sick Yo-Yos. This is my review of the Tempo. The first section of all these reviews is always the in the hand section. In the description box, you're going to see the specs, the full specs of this yo-yo, information about Radical C's and Two Sick Yo-Yos, also my information about G Squared Yo-Yo. So make sure you check that out. And make sure that you stay tuned to the end of this video because I am going to give some directions of how to actually win the stainless steel version of this. Joey from Two Sick Yo-Yo sent me this, both of these, and he was like, hey, why don't you go ahead and give away the purple one, the stainless steel version. I was like, that sounds awesome. So anyways, at the end of the video, you'll see some information about what you need to do to be eligible for that giveaway. So in the hand, what does it actually feel like in the hand? Now these yo-yos are exactly the same shape. The only difference is the weight distribution because of the weight, different types of metals in the weight rings. So they are bimetal yo-yos, but unlike a lot of bimetal yo-yos out there right now, these are pretty unique. This collaboration between these two companies took two of their ideas and kind of threw them together. The shape is almost identical to the Radical C's Oracle. I had a review of that. That was actually my first review on here, so you want to go and check that out, you should. But this yo-yo is going to play very different. But the shape and everything else is pretty much spot on as far as if you like that shape, that sort of, they're calling it a V shape. I don't know if I'd call it just quite that. It's kind of a blend between a V shape, H shape. But yeah, so that was sort of Radical C's contribution, where Two Sick Yo-Yos kind of threw in their sort of, if you've seen some of their yo-yos, they're bimetals, all of them have this sort of laid in sort of metal rim. Instead of on the outside or on the inside, it's right smack in the middle. So it's kind of infused in there. So the machining would have cut into there and then that had to been pressed in there as well. And so that's kind of how they did that, which gives a really unique feel to the yo-yo, kind of pulling the weight distribution a little bit differently. The brass version is heavier. It's about a gram, almost exactly a gram heavier. I believe it is exactly a gram heavier than the stainless steel. Other than that, they're exactly the same. The finish on these is going to be a kind of a really nice smooth bead blast, really nice catch zone, huge gap on that, so you're going to be able to get wraps upon wraps. You also have a really nice IRG in there, and so you're going to be able to pull that up and do thumb grinds and things like that. Finger grinds are going to be really smooth on that finish. Really nice around, comfortable yo-yo, full size. Not much else to talk about. The colors are really nice. I really particularly like the clear on this with the finish, that bead blast finish. That clear really popped. And with that brass, it's a really nice balance. They are engraved. It's two clock faces, sort of an hourglass kind of thing, and with tentacles going around, sort of collaborating both of their ideas. Radical C's, Two Sick, I don't know, but the idea of tempo, sort of being on beat, and that sort of thing, keeping time, obviously. So anyways, that's my section of the in the hand. Let's go ahead and see how it actually plays on the string. Welcome back to On the String section with the Radical C's and Two Sick Yo-Yos collaboration Tempo. All right, I'm going to start with the lighter version of this yo-yo. That is the stainless steel. That's the purple one here. And talk about it a little bit. The feel on the string is very similar to the Oracle, I would say. But this version of it, it's a little bit lighter, so it's going to be a little bit zippier, but also give it a little bit more float. So a collaboration yo-yo should be bringing in the very best from each company. what they have to offer. So if they have a yo-yo that was really loved, that's sort of maybe considered a flagship yo-yo for them, and combine it with another element from another, that really kind of makes the best collaboration, in my opinion. And so I would say that they did a really good job of collaborating the best they had. So the Oracle that was fantastic and well received from Radical Seas, I like that shape, really comfortable in the hand. And then Tusik comes in and adds their sort of inlaid kind of look for the bimetal. I think what that did was created a yo-yo that was a little bit more stable and a little bit more longer spinning and solid. So both, I mean, the Oracle was already a competition-driven yo-yo, in my opinion. This yo-yo is going to kind of push it to where maybe the Oracle was a B plus A. This is going to be more of an A plus, kind of going towards that direction. And so it's really gonna appeal to those who are kind of wanting to push a yo-yo for more competition. But it's also a nice laid back yo-yo as well. So you're gonna be able to push this yo-yo as far as anything that you want to throw at it. It's good shape for horizontal and so on. Now I would notice, just like I talked with the Oracle, it's not a flat, completely flat surface. It is domed over. So if you're into finger spins, you're only gonna be able to catch that for a little while. But overall, I mean, that shape's really solid. You're going to be able to get lots of string wraps without it slowing down. All right, so let's go ahead and put this one away and pull out the brass version of it that I have in this pocket and see what kind of the difference is. Now that I've just played that, let's see if I can immediately tell a difference. Yeah, absolutely. What difference a gram makes. Not just any gram, but how that weight distribution is. Whereas a yo-yo that maybe was 60-61 aluminum, and then they make that in a 70-75, which is pretty common. G-Square does that as well. It kind of creates an overall weightier yo-yo. By changing out the weight rings, though, from stainless steel to brass, you are pushing just that 1 gram only to the rims. That makes a big difference. So the yo-yo doesn't just feel heavier, but feels like the weight distribution is different. And so the play, even though it is just a gram, is centered, I'm sorry, not centered, but pushed differently to the weight, to the rims. Now, on paper, this yo-yo is fairly light. They intentionally kept the grams pretty light, and so it's going to be pretty fast and nimble. But this brass, in my opinion, I like it a little bit better as far as play. It's a little bit more stable, has a little bit more feel to, you know, to the string. You can just feel the yo-yo a little bit more without it kind of giving too much of a thud. All right, my final words, my overall opinion of the Tempo collaboration by Radical Seas and Tusik yo-yos. If you're looking for a bimetal that is unique, plays good, is comfortable in the hand, has a really unique weight distribution, the Tempo is going to fit that. And also, if you kind of want a yo-yo with a little bit more weight to it, a little bit more feel to it, kind of has a little bit more heft to the string, a little more solid feeling, you're going to want to pick up the brass one if you can. I think they're a little bit more limited. If you are more into a little bit floatier, a little bit zippier, a little bit speedier yo-yo that you don't need to push as much, I would recommend the stainless steel version. They're both super stable yo-yos, both super long spinning yo-yos, great competition, going to push your tricks, but also give a really neat, like I said, a really unique feel to bimetals. And there are so many bimetals out there right now, it's ridiculous. Almost every company has one. And so to create a bimetal that is unique and looks unique, that's good. So that's my final words on the Tempo. All right, so if you stuck around and you heard at the beginning that I was going to be giving away this one, the purple one. This is the stainless steel version. All right, very simple thing to win this yo-yo. You need to do 2 things. By next Sunday, February 12th, I'm going to make a yo-yo video for my next review, and I'm going to show in that video who's going to be the winner. All right, so in order to be eligible, you need to do two things by the 12th. You need to, one, subscribe to my YouTube channel here. If you don't subscribe, you're not going to be eligible. Number two, you just need to make a comment in the box here below this YouTube video, not anywhere else it's posted, below the YouTube video in order to be eligible. I'll go ahead and throw it in a random generator, count up all the people that commented, and then I'm going to randomly select somebody there from the random number generator. Sound good? All right, so then I'll send this one out to the winner. All right, again, that's my review of the Tempo by Radical C's and Two Stick Yo-Yos. Good day and good yo-yo.